So those are things you got to be. But again, I think those are things that need to be concerned about. And it gets backed up by what she said about herself. She describes herself as being life of the party. Now, again, it's not necessarily a deal breaker, but it's something to keep an eye on, because if you're the life of the party is usually reserved for somebody who's trying to be the fun time girl. And most men, usually men do not want to give commitment to the fun time girl.
House. Hello.
Hey everybody.
Have you been drinking?
Just a little bit, not too much.
Uh-oh.
Okay, what you been drinking
I've
a
been
little bit
preparing
of?
myself for you. Just some pineapple Ciroc.
Pineapple Ciroc. How many sips have you
Mm-hmm.
had?
Just two,
Just two. Okay, what's your
not
name,
too much.
baby?
Candace.
Candace. Where you calling us
Mm-hmm.
from?
Phoenix, AZ.
This your first time here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Phoenix, AZ out. Phoenix, Arizona. How old are you?
I'm 41.
41. What you do for a living?
I work for an insurance company. I'm an analyst.
Analyst. Okay. You have any kids?
I have three.
How old are your kids?
A 23-year-old, a 21, and an 18-year-old.
Okay.
Kids
Are
are
they all
grown.
by the same man?
No, my two oldest is by one, and my youngest daughter is by my ex-husband.
Okay. How old are you, Candace?
I'm 41.
41. Oh, you told me that.
Mm-hmm.
So this is Candace, Phoenix, Arizona, 41. Three kids. You're an analyst, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's your
And
zodiac
I'm in
sign?
school full-time as well.
What's your zodiac sign?
Capricorn.
Capricorn.
Strong Capricorn.
All right, girlfriend. What kind of man you looking for?
I'm looking for a man who is ready to be committed to one woman. I'm a traditional woman, so I am not into that whole poly life everybody is rocking with. A man who is considerate, caring, family oriented. I like to spend time with my family. So someone who's involved with the family, not in the streets, over his whole phase. None of that over here. Just somebody who's ready to commit to one woman.
Okay. You got to be able to
Mm-hmm.
commit to one woman. What's some
Mm-hmm.
deal
The
breakers
must.
besides being promiscuous?
Um, cheaters. I like an honest man, so I don't deal with lying. We grown. We don't have to lie. Just be honest about who you are. A man who doesn't have a close relationship with his mother. I like a man who's a mama's boy. It's indicative of how he'll treat me. And that's what I could think of off the top of my head.
Okay. Does he have to make a certain amount of money?
No, his pockets aren't mine. So long as he's not limited by the things he wants to do because of his income, I'm comfortable.
So right off the bat, it doesn't sound like she's looking for marriage. Um, and kids are grown. That kind of makes sense, because she's not looking for family anymore. She's already got her family, and she's just looking for somebody to make it to the end of life with. So unless she specifically says that she's looking for a husband, I'm going to assume that she's not.
With that.
Okay. Does he have to
Mm-hmm.
look a certain way?
Well, I'm pretty short. I like him tall, exceptionally tall. I'm 5 feet, so
You're 5 feet. So so anything's tall to you, right?
anything is tall. But I like him over 6. I mean, I've done less than that, but I love a tall man. I like it to feel like I'm protected.
So you're 5 feet. He has to be at least 6 feet?
Not have to be. My preference is tall, but I'm saying
But
what
five
catches my
five
eye
is
is the
taller than
tall
you.
man. Yeah, that is, but that's kind of short though. I like to be able to have to reach up. I don't want to have to just put my hands right here. I want to have to, I want to feel like I got a man. You know what I mean?
Okay. Does he have to make a certain amount of money?
No, I don't count a man's pockets. So long as he can live his lifestyle and it's not limited by his income, we're good.
All right, let's do the Kendra Cam.
Okay.
Okay. We see you. All right, boo. So this is Candace, Phoenix, Arizona, 41. Analyst, 3 kids, 23, 21, 18. Someone said, Kendra, that's her preference. Damn. You're right. It is her preference. But I think some of y'all really don't even realize what y'all be asking for. Sometimes it's like a unicorn. There's not a
No, I
lot of
didn't
these
say.
men. Hold on real
I
quick. I
didn't.
want to say that. Like, let me tell y'all, this is real shit. Because someone said that's her preference. Y'all have, okay, have you dated this man? Have you ever dated the man you just described?
My ex is 6'6"
Why y'all not together no more then?
because he was promiscuous.
Okay, so that's not
Ooh.
enough to keep you. So that means you will leave a man that's tall. So being tall is not enough.
No, no, no. It's not a deal breaker. I'm just saying that a tall man really catches my eye. Like I've had an ex that's 5'7", and he did me right.
Okay, so I like the line of questioning that Kendra is giving, and she's not just letting them just say anything because yeah, 6 feet tall, and if you're there's a difference between I think what we're missing here is there's a difference between having a preference and having a requirement. When when Kendra is asking about height, she's asking what the requirement is. You don't care about preference. It's the requirement because again, we're trying to narrow down the search here. And when you come with these ambiguous answers, oh, it's just a preference. No, say a requirement because that's how you get all the wrong people responding to you. How does this relate to the content that I'm making here about, is this woman marriageable? Okay, well, guys, if you hit her up and you're not 6 feet tall and you can't figure out why she's not responding to you, this is why. Is because she's not really saying what the requirements are. Because if you knew that was a requirement, most men would not hit you up. But the reason that she's being ambiguous like that is because she wants the options. That's what that is. But I'd say kudos to Kendra for trying to nail her down on that because the reality is that if you are looking for a certain type of guy, in her case, it's long-term commitment, and there's not that many of them out there. That you need to be specific as possible. If this is something that that you don't want to, because she's already said it. She's looking for a guy who's 6 feet tall. That's it. It makes me think that she's caught up on her ex and she wants another guy like him. She thinks that okay. I don't really want to go off on a tangent here. Let's hear some more first because there's a lot going on with this one. So let's keep going.
Right. We didn't work out.
So
But
the 6'6", so why'd you leave the 5'7" guy?
he just wasn't ready for what I was ready for.
Oh, was he promiscuous too?
No.
Okay, so he was faithful. And what was he ready? What was you ready for that he wasn't ready for?
Great question.
Well, he was. He's one of those. He's a Capricorn man. No, Capricorn man. They like their income to be a certain way, and they're not into playing around unless their pockets are sitting right. And he was in a stage of his life where he was trying to progress, and he was slowly moving, and he just wasn't. He wasn't in tune with me, and we grew apart. So.
What?
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Was that your last relationship?
No.
Which one?
She didn't answer the question. All she did was say, well, he just wasn't into me. What does that mean? And he's trying to get his money right. Was he like homeless or something? Because again, before, if you look at what she said, she's not going to count his pockets. But you know what? Relationships are about balance. So I think what we have here is you're 6 feet tall. She's not going to count your pockets. You're tall. You're less than that. Yeah, there is a number that you need to make. So I think again, it's more information is solidifying that she is looking for that guy who's 6 feet tall. So let's keep going.
It's the 6'6".
Okay, that was your last
The
one.
promiscuous one, yeah. That was 2 years ago.
Was that your children's dad?
No. I was married for 13 years. That was my ex-husband.
Was married, okay.
The one that was 5'7".
No. My ex-husband was 6'1".
And why'd you divorce him?
It was a lot. Some addiction involved, and he just wasn't doing his potential for the household. And
what?
I had held on for as long as I could, and it became
again, I'm not counting your pockets. He's not doing his side to provide for the household. What's the real answer here? Man, so much to say here, but we need more information though, because this is not enough.
Time in which it was time for us to separate our ways. So, yeah, we're good friends though. Very good friends. We co-parent well. Our daughter is the 18-year-old. So, and I have a grandbaby. Did I tell you I had a grandbaby? Yeah,
No.
I'm a grandma. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I
Your
have a
grandma
grandbaby.
at
So
41.
Okay.
I don't want a man with little babies though. I'm not for that.
Okay. When was your last relationship?
2 years ago.
Oh, you told me that. Okay. Now, when was the
Mm-hmm.
last time you was intimate with someone? You don't have to answer.
I don't share that.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
All
Smart.
right. What are 3 flaws you think you have to work on?
Great question.
I'm a Capricorn, so we tend to be a bit aggressive. So I can be a little assertive and aggressive. I'm
Translation: she's got an attitude problem.
always tardy to the party. I'm late. I'm habitually late to everything. As much as I try, and as much as time as I give myself, my time management skills are awful. And what else? I'm a procrastinator. But besides that, I'm the life of the party though, so I'm a good time.
You're a
Uh-huh.
good time. What are 3 flaws you have to work on?
That would be it. My tardiness.
Oh, you told me that.
Need,
That's
uh-huh.
my okay. I apologize. I know I probably asked you the same question twice tonight. So let me just honor that because I know you're gonna get on me in the comment section. My mind is all over the place because I had to switch. This is my first time ever hosting the YouTube on my phone. So I apologize. I know you're gonna get me later. I apologize for asking you the same question twice. Why would a guy be lucky to be with you?
I'm compassionate. I'm very loyal. I'm an honest woman. Very traditional. I like to take care of my man. As far as I believe in cooking and cleaning and keeping up the house. So long as he is out there, bringing in his share of the work income to contribute to the household. I'm very traditional, and I'm a good time. I just like to have a good time. I'm a whole vibe. Um, his mama will love me. They all love me.
What?
His mama. Do you want more kids, or you don't? You say you're done
Oh
with that.
no,
Okay.
no more kids.
All
No.
She's
right. And does he
41.
have to
Absolutely
be in
not.
Arkansas,
No, I'm in Arizona.
Arizona?
I'm in hell. Yeah, yeah.
Does
So
he have to be in
no,
Arizona?
I prefer like East. I like a homegrown country kind of man, gentleman, a real gentleman, and they don't breed those out here. But if he was happened to be a transplant, but I prefer for him not to be from Phoenix.
Okay. And
Uh,
then, what is your age range?
hmm.
I like him salt and pepper. And very mature. I would have to say my preference is maybe 45 to 60.
45 to 60.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, let's do it. Candace, she's been drinking. You would think I was the one drinking tonight. Phoenix, Arizona, 41 Capricorn. Oh, do you want to get married again? Would you get married again?
Oh, goodness. I'm kind of torn between marriage because um, I don't think so having that paper really dictates the union and the commitment to each other. My last marriage kind of scarred me. I'm being a little bit more open-minded. So I would just say that if he swept me off my feet and made me feel like I've never felt before, I would consider it. But as where I stand
Translation: no, she's not trying to get married again.
now, I don't require that at all.
Okay. All right, Boo.
Called it.
How can the guy reach out to you, honey?
My Facebook, my first name is Candace, no E, Candis, Candace Nicole.
Candace Nicole. All right,
Mm-hmm.
baby. Keep me posted how it goes,
Thank
love.
you, pretty.
And she does have an Instagram, and let's go ahead and look at that now, because there was a lot here that was not said, but the undertones were there, and that's what we need to focus in on. Okay, so far this is her Instagram, and I really just searched for her name, so this came up. Looks just like her though, but these are the kids, I'm assuming, and there are some thirst traps here. And it's not many though. Most of the time, you get feminine pictures, like these. Those two are 100% thirst traps. Look at my boobs. But outside of that, it's not really much else here. I mean, she's an attractive woman. It's hard to tell. I can't tell that she's had 3 kids. So, see, like this shot here is, you can tell that she's in shape. The fitness component may or may not be as questionable, because I don't know how old these photos are. But when she did the Kendrick cam, you couldn't really tell because she was wearing black, and then I think the couch behind her was black. So there's not really much there. But the question then becomes, we'll run through that after we finish scrolling through this. But like I said, there's not much here. I mean, there's not many thirst traps. So, yeah, it's definite plus. All right. Now, I mentioned that there was a lot here because, and the biggest thing in the end that it came out is that she's not looking for marriage. Is she marriageable though? Or is she, does she qualify for a long-term commitment? Because ultimately that's what she's looking for. I don't think that she cares about the title of being a wife, because she was already there, and she's just looking for somebody to make it to the end of life with. Well, I got the impression that we talked about the fitness, so that could go either way. For it just depends on what kind of guy you are as far as what you're looking for. But I got the feminine vibe from her. She has a very bubbly personality, even though there is something to be cautious of, and we'll get there in a second. She comes off as being friendly. It's like I said, that personality's there. So, and she smiled a lot. And even then, when we were going through her Instagram, there are pictures where she is smiling. So, I think that's a definite plus. Is she submissive? She claims to be. And again, a lot of Kendra's questions aren't going to give you the inside information on that. Now, she says that she's a traditional woman. And which means that she's looking to cater to a man, which means that she in turn is submissive. How true that is, she says it. I'm just going to go by what she said, right? Is she cooperative? No, absolutely not. And that leads me. Oh, and she does have 3 kids. However, before we go any further, I did want to cover this. When women reach a certain age, women with kids reach a certain age, you can almost mark them down as being childless just because her kids are grown at this point. I mean, the youngest is 18, and they're probably on their way out too. Matter of fact, when I was scrolling through her Instagram, I've seen some photos here. Yeah. It looks like her child's graduation. So let's go ahead and see. Class of 2023. So this is, I don't know if that's high school or not, but the youngest is 18, and if that is the youngest, and she's graduated from probably high school, so kids are getting older. So yeah. No. Yeah. Okay. All right. So. And pretty soon, I think she would qualify for being childless because her kids are grown and on their own. So, but that gives us feminine, friendly, and submissive. So that would say that she does qualify for what she's looking for, as far as if she's looking for an average guy. Here's the downside: the things that she needs to work on, her attitude, because she says that she comes off as being aggressive, right? Time management and tardiness. These things tie into one another. And this is, you want to call it a red flag, or for me, it's not necessarily, I wouldn't necessarily call it a deal breaker, but it's something that you need to be aware of. Usually when somebody has issues with time management, procrastination, and tardiness, usually these are individuals who consider themselves as being more important than everyone else. This is why you have a problem showing up on time, because you value your time as if no one else is important. Same thing with time management. Oh, I can put it off because I have the time, and what I want to do right now is more important than the things that I have to do, even though they involve other people. So those are things you got to be. But again, I think those are things that need to be concerned about. And it gets backed up by what she said about herself. She describes herself as being life of the party. Now, again, it's not necessarily a deal breaker, but it's something to keep an eye on, because if you're the life of the party is usually reserved for somebody who's trying to be the fun time girl. And most men, usually men do not want to give commitment to the fun time girl. So that becomes that could be an issue there. The things that she said she's looking for in a man, it's questionable, because she really is looking for somebody 6 feet tall. Oh, that's a preference. No, it's a requirement, because the guy that you had the relationship with, who was not 6 feet tall, you ended it for unknown reasons, because she never said anything. He's just he's at a place, we're at different places, and he was focused on getting himself together. What does that mean? Especially from a woman who said that she's not going to check your pockets. So what was the real issue there? And then your last boyfriend, oh, he's a cheater. Okay. It's like, did you ever, she's never considered the fact that, you ever realize, how do I put this? She hadn't taken into account that other women want a guy who's 6 feet tall too. That man that you're looking for has other options. So what is it? Are you going to provide enough value to that man to where he's going to turn all those other options away? The last guy she was with, the guy who was 6'6", she didn't provide. That relationship wasn't balanced. That's why he's out there doing his own thing outside of the of the monogamy. Because she was dating out of her league. Usually that's what happens in those situations, where you're not bringing enough value to the guy to where he's going to actually be upfront with you and say that I want to be with multiple women. So he's going to try and hide it. But again, when you date the extreme, when you have extreme requirements, but you don't measure up, that's usually what happens, is that you're not enough for him to give up his other options. So I don't know. I mean, this could go either way. And really, the only reason I say I'm saying these things is because she did hit 3 out of the 6 categories. And she says she's not looking for marriage. Marriage is not a requirement for her. So, I mean, this is, yeah, it is what it is at this point. So, yeah. Would I marry her? Let's keep going. Next.
Thank you so much. Have a good night.
You too.